Halo teman-teman semuanya, selamat datang di AJ Story Channel. Kita akan melanjutkan gameplay LA Noire. Sekarang kita ada di departemen yang menginvestigasi kasus pembunuhan atau pengerusakan dengan menggunakan api ya, atau kebakaran gitu loh guys ya. Kebakaran yang disengaja. Nah, episode sebelumnya kita agak sedikit kesulitan teman-teman, karena kasusnya susah banget ya menurut gua. Nah, kali ini semoga kita bisa menangani kasusnya dengan baik, guys. Oke, ada banyak origami di sini. Jadi waktu gua kecil ya, ada saudara gua yang suka banget lipat gini. Konon katanya kalau ngelipat sampai 1000 apa 10.000 buah gitu ya, bisa minta permintaan dan dikabulkan gitu. Oke, ada kebakaran di sini. 4 korban jiwa.
Address is 650 North Hobart.
Oke. Kita langsung ke TKP aja karena ini gak main-main guys. Ada 4 korban jiwa. Luar biasa. Oke. Kita bakal langsung aja bergerak ke TKP. Cukup mengerikan. Jadi kasus pembunuhan dengan pembakaran seperti ini teman-teman ya, biasanya itu sering salah target. Yang mau ditargetkan satu orang ya, tapi yang meninggal satu keluarga. Ngeri ya. Dan sakitnya terbakar itu luar biasa guys ya, jadi nggak main-main. Oke. Waduh. Oke.
Housing developments a couple of weeks from completion. Burned to the ground last night.
Oh my god.
Ready to move in this weekend. Developer's gonna have some very angry customers.
Jadi ada gosip baru guys ya. Udah mau serah terima pembelian rumah ya, tiba-tiba kebakaran rumahnya. Ngeri banget sih itu. Bayangin betapa keselnya para customer ya. Atau kita beli rumah belum kita huni udah kebakaran, tapi biasanya ada asuransinya. Tapi tetap aja kesel ya, kita udah planning untuk masuk rumahnya gitu loh. Oke, ini dia lokasi TKP-nya. Suburban Redevelopment Fund lagi. Oke, rekan kerja kita udah nunggu di depan. Kita bakal lihat ya. Oke, dia bakal nunjukin korban kayaknya. Dia suruh kita persiapkan mental dulu. Wow. Bapak, ibu, dan 2 anak ini kayaknya. Oke.
Be honest, I just got here, Phelps. Best you talk to Lynch, he's the expert.
Oke.
Doesn't make any sense. Why aren't they scattered around like the rest of the debris?
I think they've been moved.
Oh.
I think someone moved them after the explosion and before the fire.
Can you explain that, please?
I'm almost positive the cause of death is asphyxiation due to gas inhalation.
Oh, oke.
Look at the parts of their bodies that aren't scorched. The coloring around the fingertips is typical.
Mereka keracunan meninggalnya.
I think the fire damage is post-mortem.
Oh.
I think someone moved them into this room after.
Mereka meninggal dulu baru terbakar.
Why would you run into a burning building?
Oke, jadi masuk akal juga. Tapi kenapa mereka posisinya seperti ini, guys? Kayak orang berdoa ya. Ngeri banget.
What are they doing?
Prayer effect is from the fire.
Oh, prayer effect.
Contract.
Oh, jadi kalau orang terbakar teman-teman ya, ototnya itu berkontraksi ya. Jadi dia bergerak seakan-akan seperti itu. Jadi mungkin mereka ditaruh posisinya nggak seperti ini awalnya. Masuk akal juga. Kalau kalian masak ikan kan atau masak daging itu ya, dagingnya itu bisa gerak, berkontraksi, makin mengkerut gitu loh. Ada sesuatu lagi di sini. Wah, suami istri dan 2 anak kan.
How big heaven would have to be to accommodate them bigs?
No, I
Okay.
have not. Show some respect.
It's
Okay.
our boy. I think he watches the fires. I think the Sawyer fire went wrong.
So what about the guy we have in jail, Phelps?
We got the wrong guy.
That doesn't explain why he ran into a burning building. What would make anyone do that?
Guilt.
For the fires?
For his mistake. This guy wants to burn houses, not families.
Oh, masuk akal ya. Pelakunya masuk ke dalam rumah lagi.
He was trying to redeem himself. Probably thought they'd be happier together.
You are one very disturbed individual, Phelps. I know you had it rough lately, but you should start to compartmentalize your thoughts.
He could be right. Can you come up with an alternative
I'm
explanation?
sure it's the same guy.
Are you telling me that some son of a bitch murdered these people, the whole family, and arranged them here like Cupid dolls?
Might fit, Cole, but I don't think we could ever prove it. There's very little evidence.
Kena mental lah ini.
Evidence?
Oke. Jadi intinya masuk
Check
akal
out the
sih.
hot water system. Make sure we're dealing with the same MO.
Sure,
Oke.
Phelps. I'll get back to you.
Bisa
Leave the
jadi
rest to us, Cole. You
pelakunya
find out
sama
what's
dengan
big.
episode sebelumnya, guys. Kita pengalaman dari episode serial killer ya. Jadi teman kita ini nggak percaya dengan apa yang terjadi. Intinya penjelasannya itu agak sedikit gak masuk akal. Orangnya udah meninggal, kemudian pelaku yang membakar rumah ini bawa mereka yang udah meninggal ke dalam rumah. Padahal kan dalam keadaan kebakaran.
Something finally
Gitu loh.
got to you.
You want my help, pretty boy? You got it. You keep riding me, and you won't be pretty much longer.
Oke.
We can get this guy, Herschel.
Do you think you've seen everything, Phelps? I was with the 2nd Marines at Bella Wood. The things that went on in that farmhouse. My own guys on fire, screaming for a way out.
Ngeri sih itu.
You're not gonna get this guy. There's gonna be no photos and no citations. We're gonna kill this miserable fuck. End of
Oh.
story.
Dia mau bunuh pelakunya, guys. Bukan mau ditangkap sama dia, buset dah. Karena dia tahu betapa menderitanya keluarga ini.
Sure.
The Morellis were winners too.
Wow.
Their name was on that list.
Christ. We should take a look around, work the neighbors, see what they know. I'll go across.
Wah, mereka pemenang undian seperti episode sebelumnya juga, teman-teman. Oke, tadi kita disuruh ngecek water heater ya. Bentar. Gue bakal coba nyari water heater dulu, guys. Di mana water heaternya? Di sini kah? Jadi bule-bule ini taruh water heater di luar, guys. Oh, itu dia. Padahal untuk safety juga. Pada akhirnya kebakar juga. Ngeri ya. Oh, water heater zaman dahulu pakai coil semua soalnya kayak gini. Modelnya sama katanya. Oke, kita bakal ke tetangga ya. Kita disuruh nanya tetangga. Oh, apa itu? Ada koran, guys. Nah, ada koran nih. Housing development burns.
How did you get my number,
Oh.
Ira? At first I didn't understand you, but now I do.
Ini pelakunya kah?
I'd like you to come back to the clinic. I'm helping other
Oh
people,
iya, teman-teman.
doctor.
Dia nggak bakar rumah orang ini kemarin.
You haven't been to the clinic for weeks. I'm not confused anymore, doctor. I'm helping people be together.
Betul, dia pelakunya, guys.
This world is only temporary. We'll all be happier in heaven. Why don't you tell me where you are and I can come to you? I think the fires should end now. They have served their purpose. Oh, the fires are only beginning, doctor. After the fires, everything will be beautiful and clean. Everything will be erased. The world will be fresh and new. I can see my purpose now, doctor. And you helped me to find it.
Wah, jadi pelakunya adalah pasien dari dokter ini. Dokter ini pernah nyuruh si pasiennya itu untuk ngebakar rumah orang. Cuman ternyata di dalam rumahnya itu ada orangnya gitu loh. Paling yang disuruh bakar cuman rumahnya doang. Mungkin rumah yang dimaksud ini, teman-teman. Karena masuk akal gitu loh. Yang di newspaper atau di koran ini kadang mencerminkan masa depan ya, guys ya. Gamenya ini mirip-mirip sama House of Ashes gitu loh, teman-teman. Man of Medan itu loh, teman-teman. Menarik sih, menarik.
You don't look like
Oh,
a fireman.
ada jejak kaki di sana, guys. Bisa dicek kah?
Olive oil comes from olives.
Apa ini?
Where's baby oil?
Oh, oke. Bisa dicek kah? Oh, bisa.
Someone was keeping watch. Looks like they were here for quite a while.
Oke, ada rokok di sini. Jadi oke lah, kita coba interview dulu ya. Kita jangan berteori dulu.
LAPD, can you tell me anything about the fire next door?
Terrible luck. Imagine after having won that weekend away.
What's your name, sir?
Foreman. Dudley Foreman.
Morelli Fire Witness
Did you
Report.
see or hear anything that might have...
Look,
We were asleep when we heard the explosion.
Udah pasti bohong ya, matanya gitu ya. Gampang banget liatnya. Dap.
You didn't like Morelli, did you?
Some neighbors you get along with, some you don't. Guess they should have sold up.
What do you mean?
They're knocking down all these old houses and building a new subdivision for GIs.
Mereka gak mau
Morelli was being difficult.
jual rumahnya. Aktivitas yang mencurigakan.
Did you see anyone hanging around the Morelli's home prior to the explosion?
Nope.
Bohong lagi
Can't
matanya.
say I was looking out though.
Kiri kanan kiri
Sure,
kanan.
Mr. Foreman. There are signs of someone hanging around over there by the fence.
Hey, now that you come to think of it, there was a guy. Kind of tall, skinny though.
Anything else?
Orange lumber jacket, a beat up hat, and no hair. I thought
Persis
he was
dengan yang
the
ditelepon tadi,
surveyor guy
teman-teman.
who was working around here the last few days. But that guy had hair.
Oke, plan
You said
demolition.
someone is knocking these houses down?
Elysian Fields. You must know them. They're billboards. That Monroe character beaming down at you. We've had an offer for the house.
Did the Morellis want to sell?
I don't know.
I don't know, tapi matanya kiri kanan. Bohong.
Whatever you thought of Morelli, his whole family is dead. They couldn't have all deserved that. I want you to help me here, Foreman.
Oke.
Morelli was pig-headed. He
Oh.
built the house himself. He didn't want to sell. Stubborn fool was ruining it for all of us.
Oke, gara-gara dia mereka nggak bisa jual barang-barang ya. Promotional
You said
travel
the Morellis
contest.
had won a weekend away to Catalina Island.
Yeah, that's right. First thing I thought after the explosion was, thank goodness they was away. But then I find out they was still in there.
Who was running the competition?
What? I don't know.
Nah, kalau ini matanya nggak kejelalatan. Ini mungkin dia.
You didn't
Oke,
enter
jujur.
yourself.
I'd already agreed to sell. The competition was an incentive for those who were still thinking about it.
Oke.
Thanks for your time, Mr. Foreman.
Sure. Hey, if you're interested, I have one of those competition flyers in the kitchen. I could get it for you if you like.
That would be
Oke.
great.
Oh, ada origaminya.
A couple of things. What did you pick up?
Folded piece of paper. Looks complicated.
Pelakunya yang
Japanese
bikin
call it
itu.
origami. Can I take a look?
Sure.
Oke, kita dapat clue baru di sini. Origami.
Great. There's a legend about them. You fold 1,000 of these.
Oh,
and you get
1000 ya. 1000 ya. Oke, bisa dibuka.
Hey, don't break it.
I'm not.
Oh.
It looks like a waybill
Ini
or a
dia,
flyer
teman-teman ya, flyer yang dimaksud ya. Elysian Field tadi, teman-teman ya.
for Elysian Fields developments.
Oke. Apakah sama flyernya?
Oh, I see you already have one.
Oh, ini yang dapat hadiah, teman-teman ya, trip ke Catalina
When did
Island.
the flyer arrive in your mailbox?
They've been arriving for weeks.
Oke.
This one was in the mailbox when I got home from work yesterday afternoon.
Oke. Baiklah. Kita bakal coba nelpon dulu guys ya. Oh, tapi ini masih ada bunyi mencurigakan guys. Siapa tahu ada clue lagi di sini ya. Kita coba cek dulu ya. Oh, ternyata bootprintnya juga bisa
Whoever he
dicek
was, he was
guys.
wearing boondockers. I would know that imprint anywhere.
Akhirnya beres juga. Oke, kita bakal nelpon dulu temen-temen di sini ya. Kita bakal nyari alamat dulu nih. Habis itu kita bakal.
I need an address for a property.
Nah,
Elysian Fields Developments.
mereka ada motif ya guys ya ini ya.
The address is 748 North Oxford Avenue, Wilshire. Anything else?
Messages, please.
You have a message. Contact Captain McKelty immediately.
Thanks. Can you put me through, operator?
Oke.
Of course. Here you are.
Commander?
Leads on the Morelli fire.
Ini bosnya ya.
We're about to go and visit Elysian Fields Developments.
You're about to do what? Leland Monroe. He's a personal friend of the mayor and the chief. Are you out
Wah,
of your mind?
teman bos besar di kepolisian.
Phelps,
Susah ini
Commander,
kan.
We have a line of inquiry.
you have something, you bring it to me. You're hanging by a thread, Phelps.
Si Phelps ini jujur dalam pekerjaan, tapi tidak dalam hubungan pernikahan guys.
Report on my desk today.
Ngakak gue. Oke, kita gerak guys ya.
Kelty has warned us off over Elysian.
Makes sense. It's a dead end.
Tapi kita tetap ke Elysian
Check out
Field ya.
Rancho Escondido.
You know the place?
Sure, corner of Fountain and Wilton. Let's go.
Baiklah, kita bakal ke TKP ya. Oh, kita salah. Rancho Escondido ya. Kita disuruh ngecek Rancho Escondido ya. Tunggu. Keluar masuk. Gue ganti lokasinya. Location-nya ada yang baru nih, Rancho Escondido. Jadi di sini ada kebakaran juga guys ya. Kita bakal ngecek dulu kebakaran di sini. Ayo, jalan, bos. Baiklah.
Shame about Chap. The arson desk has been trying to nail that son of a bitch for years.
Oke.
He's still in custody, Herschel.
Wanna bet? Fella kicked him loose already. Can't hold him for misdemeanor cigarettes and matches.
Oke, baiklah. Kita bakal ke lokasi yang tadi dibahas sama teman kita ya. Ada developer yang bikin rumah, tapi belum jadi. Udah jadi, belum serah terima, udah kebakaran.
You know, there are times when you really miss a nightstick. There's more religion in the end of a nightstick than in 100 cathedrals.
Oke. Baiklah.
I'm not gonna tell you again, sir.
Don't tell me when and how I can come and go on my own property.
It is not
This is
safe,
America, dickhead.
Sir. Now step back, or I'll lock you up for a fray.
Son of a bitch.
Wow,
Come back here. You're not getting off that.
gak gitu juga kali bos. Jangan sembarangan. Kamu lagi udah bapak-bapak, jangan sok keras ini. Beri juga loh. Mendap. Pukul apa sih gue? Karena tepar juga dia temen-temen ya. Macem-macem kalian.
Good thing you showed up when you did, detectives. Those folks were baying for blood.
Oke.
Let's see if there's anything left to take a look at.
Kita bakal cari clue lagi temen-temen ya di sini ya. Oh. Apa ini? Oh, kualitasnya abal-abal, guys.
I'd expect some shrinkage in the heat, but it looks like the cement barely adhered to the brick.
Waduh, kualitasnya jelek guys ya.
Wall ties either.
Waduh mak.
This thing looks like it was built on the cheap.
Kayaknya ini untuk asuransi nih, orang mau ngeklaim asuransi nih guys ya.
If we're paying a visit to Elysian and ruining my career, let's bite the bullet and get on with it.
Oke, mereka tetap mau ke Elysian ya. Karena mungkin ada kaitannya lagi dengan ini. Jadi properti itu juga ada mafianya guys, gak cuma narkoba, gak cuman
You know the way. You can drive.
And where exactly are we going?
hitman gitu. Mafia everywhere temen-temen ya. Gue berasa main game mafia, tapi sekarang kita jadi orang baiknya gitu loh. Jadi polisi, bukan orang baik ya. Jadi sisi yang berwenang gitu ya. Orang baik tuh relatif guys. Belum tentu yang mempunyai profesi yang mulia itu adalah orang baik, belum tentu ya. Ada dokter yang bajingan kayak apa aja gue, Sheldon Cooper. Ada, jadi kita nggak bisa nilai orang baik apa enggak dari profesinya. Oke, kita mau nemuin orang nih.
Detectives Phelps and Biggs, LAPD, to see Leland Monroe.
Monroe ini temennya bos besar lah.
We don't need an appointment.
Can I tell him what it's about?
It's an official investigation.
There are 2 police officers here to see Mr. Monroe.
Send them through.
Oke, wis 2 lapis coy.
And that's our cue.
Dari CS ke sekretaris dulu. Oke.
We would like to speak to Mr. Monroe.
I'm afraid it's impossible. Mr. Monroe's schedule is booked weeks in advance.
Cut to the chase, sister. Is he in?
I'm not at liberty to reveal that, officer.
Ngeselin juga dia.
So he hired you for your intelligence?
I find that offensive.
You have every right to.
This is getting us nowhere, miss.
Casino.
Would you like us to return with a warrant?
That won't be necessary, gentlemen. Come into my office.
Oke, kita temui si bos besar.
You like a cigar?
Ini yang fotonya ada di mana-mana, guys.
Biggs, we're investigating
Okay.
a series of domestic fires, Mr. Monroe.
It's terrible, boys. How can I help?
Oke, kita tanya tentang Elysian link to arson.
Elysian Fields and Suburban Redevelopment Fund flyers keep turning up in the vicinity of the fire.
They're turning up all over town, boys. Can you imagine the current demand for housing?
So that's your explanation, Mr. Monroe? Coincidence?
Explanation? Why, what's to explain?
Matanya nggak
I
kelihatan, guys.
advertise on radio and billboards for buyers, and I advertise for sellers using waybills.
Dia bohong atau enggak ini? Tapi dia ngapain kayak gini, guys? Itu ciri-ciri orang bersalah itu ya. Orang yang di bawah tekanan tuh kayak gini tangannya, guys. Dap, bohong kamu.
We found a family burnt out in their home. Another house burned to the ground. Another Elysian Fields flyer.
Masuk akal.
Our information is that they didn't want to sell.
Okay.
Are you saying that's something to do with me? Is that your point?
Point is, every time we find a family barbecued, we find one of your flyers. Is that good advertising?
Okay, promotional travel contest.
What do you know about a competition for families to win free vacations to Catalina Island?
My company runs many promotions. I'm not familiar with that one.
Gak mungkin. Kita punya flyernya ya. Iya, kita punya. Dia bohong, guys. Kita punya barang bukti, guys.
You know all about the vacation offers.
You can believe whatever you like, son. You're missing the vital ingredient called proof.
Oke, dia minta buktinya. Kita kasih lihat gambar. Nah, win a trip to Catalina Island dengan fotonya dia.
Your face is all over the flyers, Mr. Monroe. You know about the prizes, and you're aware that they get given to holdouts.
My face is the brand. It's on all our advertising.
Masuk akal juga.
Did you know that the mayor and the chief of police are part of the Suburban Redevelopment Fund?
Oke, dia mulai ngancam kita dengan
accuse them of murder as well?
bos besar kita ya. Local land acquisition. Dia mau beli tanah orang ya.
Are you suggesting that I'm burning people out of their homes so that I can sell them new ones?
What happens to your plans if a family like the Morellis refuses to sell?
We work around them. Business finds a way. That's the American way.
Ini orang penuh kebohongan, guys. Ngapain dia kepak-kepakan sayap?
Come on, Mr. Monroe. You expect me to believe that you would build a new development with one of those old piles smack bang in the center of it?
Progress is an inexorable process, detective.
Okay.
Those who choose to stand in defiance are usually confined to the wastebasket of history. To answer your question, yes, we would build around them if we had to. Most people see sense.
Okay. Rancho Escondido Fire, rumah yang baru terbakar.
What's Elysian Fields' involvement in Rancho Escondido?
One of our latest housing developments.
Oh.
It was due to open on the weekend, or was before the unfortunate conflagration.
It met with building code regulations.
Absolutely. Only the best for our returning heroes.
Mereka yang kerja di sana ya, dia bohong ya. Karena dia nanya apakah sesuai dengan regulasi pembangunannya. Tidak ya, karena bahannya aja abal-abal gitu loh.
Son, I've had enough of you and your fidgety friend. There's no way in hell you can prove that my materials were inferior.
Nih, gua tahu nih, poor cement quality. Macam-macam loh.
I'm no expert, but I think we'll find that the bricks being used on those houses are undersized and the mortar is faulty.
And there's no wall ties connecting the masonry to the frame.
Every building is built to a budget, boys.
Okay.
Those buildings were inspected and fully insured by California Fire and Life. Investment of that magnitude demands it. Do you think they'd vouch for the buildings without examining them?
Okay, pembelaannya bagus juga.
You have any suspects?
We aren't at liberty to say.
I didn't think so. The contractors I use for waybills. You suppose it could be any of them? I have a list of their names if it'd be of any help.
That would be very helpful, Mr. Monroe.
Glad to hear it. I'm always happy to help the LAPD.
Okay.
My secretary will provide you with that list. Did you know that I'm on the board of the police pension fund?
Oke, dia mulai ngancam-ngancam ya kalau kita bakal berurusan dengan bos besar. Oke, kita bakal ngambil.
What's the story? Any of these names ring a bell?
Ada beberapa nama kah yang mencurigakan? Gua nggak ingat. Joseph Bradley, Paul Jones, Herbert Chapman, Michael Maldon. Waduh, gua nggak tahu semua guys. Kita coba lagi guys ya. Herbert Chapman, oke.
Herbert Chapman is on this list.
Gua lupa namanya.
Find the phone. We need to know where we're at with Chapman.
Lupa gua namanya, Chapman. Oke, kita bakal coba nyari telepon untuk mencari alamatnya Chapman dan memastikan.
Fine man.
Mana telepon?
See him?
Itu dia.
Saw his picture in the paper.
Bukan.
Worked that case with the lady cut up like the
Pinjam telepon ya, Neng. Enak kali gitu ya.
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Can you check whether we are still holding a Herbert Chapman?
Let me find out for you.
Herbert Chapman itu, oh,
He was released this morning,
orang yang pernah kita tangkap di episode sebelumnya, guys. Pantas.
Not your fault. Can you give me a last known address and put out an APB on the guy?
I'll get back to you, Detective. APB will go out over KGPL shortly.
Oke.
Thanks for your help.
So, Chapman itu orang yang kita tangkap kemarin bareng 3 orang. Waduh, dia malah ke kafe pula kan? Copyright ini kayaknya ya. Sepertinya bakal gue percepat sedikit ya supaya nggak kena copyright guys. Oh, ketemu dengan Roy. Oke. Dia tergila-gila dengan wanita ini ya. Luar biasa sih dia. GG lu bro. Meninggalkan istri dan anak demi wanita ini.
Buy me a drink, Cole?
Nah.
No. Not even for old time's sake. Not even for that. You're not gonna ask me why I'm here? I wouldn't give you the pleasure. We'll get around to it. She's in fine voice this evening. I wonder how the commander would feel
Save
about...
the threats for someone who cares about them, Roy.
You're breaking my heart, Cole. You know how I feel about you.
Dia yang mengkhianati ya sebenarnya. Dia pura-pura nggak tahu ya si Roy.
Stay away from Elysian Fields.
Oke.
I should have known that you were playing errand boy.
Oke.
You and your doofus partner. You have been warned.
Thanks for your cooperation, officer.
Dia disuruh
Stay away.
jangan ikut campur dengan Elysian ya.
Type of people that are involved in that
I have a pretty good idea, Roy. The same kind of people that sent you here.
Your investigation is finished. Homicide will be taking over from here. I've heard we've had a spate of grass fires in the hills that you and that hunchback might be able to handle.
Oh.
Thanks for the drink, Cole.
Kita disuruh jangan campur tangan. Wah, ngeri banget ya. Jangan ikut campur maksudnya ya. Dengan urusan yang berhubungan dengan Elysium.
Yeah, Earl delivered it. You? McKelty. He started making noises about my pension.
Sorry
Okay.
about that, Herschel. I didn't mean to drag you into this.
Save it, Phelps. Monroe's an asswipe. And so was Earl. And so was McKelty when it's all said and done.
Teman kita yang paling beres ini doang guys. Yang lain pada nggak beres. Oke, kita disuruh kemana nih bentar ya?
11K, go ahead.
11K, the last known address of suspect Herbert Chapman is 650 North Kingsley Drive.
Oke.
Roger that, KGPL. 11K en route.
Let's go pick him up.
Oke, gue maunya disupirin bro. Kita bakal ke apartemen Chapman ya. Kita sampai tengah jalan kita keluar suruh dia nyupir. Biar gak lama guys ya. Gue nyupir lama. Masih di skip lagi nanti ribet. Oke.
I did, but I don't like to talk about it.
You come across a guy called Jack Kelso out that way?
Nah, Jack Kelso.
He's an insurance investigator over at California Fire and Life. Our paths cross from time to time. For some reason, seeing you makes me think of him.
Has Jack spoken to you about his experiences on Sugarloaf or the rest of the campaign?
Dia kenal dengan Jack ya. Jack itu temannya si Sheldon, Jack Kelso.
You gotta respect that.
Yang nonton dari awal semoga masih ingat ya nama-namanya ya. Jadi ini game itu bener-bener harus diingat semua nama orangnya. karena saling berkaitan satu sama lain. Chapman Apartment.
We're looking for Herbert Chapman.
I'm looking for him too. I need him to move his car so I can mow the lawn.
He's definitely not here.
Oke.
I've been banging on his door off and on for a couple of hours. Yeah, he's out somewhere.
Oke, mobilnya di sini tapi.
Look at the car.
Oke, kita bakal coba buka.
Let's see what he's hauling around.
Wow, kalian lihat ini? Ini biasanya digunakan untuk
Motive, opportunity, and hard evidence.
membuat atau membakar rumah orang. Ada peluru juga di sini, peluru 45 kaliber.
He's clearly armed.
Kemudian ada flyer juga di sini sepertinya.
Definitely gives him opportunity.
Oke. Kita ada suspek nih.
There he is. It's Chapman. He's coming out of the laundromat.
Oh.
Shit. He's seen us.
Dia ngeliat kita, guys.
Cops.
Nah, dia bawa pistol, guys. Naik kereta dia. Untuk pertama kalinya kita ngeliat
Son of a bitch. He must have
pelaku
caught
naik
the
kereta.
trolley. We gotta move fast, Cole.
Oke, kita
I'll
harus
call
ngejar
this
ya.
in. Get some cars dispatched. Car 11K calling KGPL. 11K requesting assistance. In pursuit of suspect aboard the 1110 University streetcar. Currently heading east on Melrose Avenue. Advise all units. Suspect is in control of car and driving dangerously.
Wow, semuanya ditabrak sama dia. Minggir, Om. Malah turun lagi, ya ampun, ngeselin. Gak apa, santai, guys. Kocak ditabrak malah lari-larian. Minggir.
Stay on his ass, Cole. Don't lose him.
Kalem. Dia yang nyupir, guys. Makanya ugal-ugalan. Tuh, si pelakunya yang nyupir. Wih. Wah, kacau nih, guys. Belok. Wih. Wah. Mobil polisi aja diajar.
Might act like a brake and slow the thing down. No, you gotta get me closer.
Oke, dia mau nembak brake-nya ya.
As soon as he ditches the tram, we'll be there to grab him.
Nah, ya kan. Oh, nice.
End of the line, you little prick. Come on, Cole.
Turun kau. Oh, kabur dia. Terpaksa kita bunuh dia.
Looks like we have our man, Cole. Well done.
I'm not so sure. Chapman seemed to have his own agenda. There seems to be more to this than a personal vendetta.
What are you talking about?
Oke.
Fires benefit Elysian in some way. I'll see Chapman and Monroe working together.
Masuk akal juga sih.
Point. The evidence is good for Chapman. Hard to be worrying about his side of the story when he's blasting away with that big 45.
Oke. Jadi kita bunuh si Chapman, tapi si Phelps masih curiga kalau dia nggak ada kaitannya.
Put yourself at considerable risk stopping that trolley and probably saved a lot of lives. Anyone else but you, Phelps, and you'd be up for a bravery award.
Dapat penghargaan lagi dia.
We've had our eyes on that slippery son of a bitch Chapman for as long as I can remember. Couldn't be happier than to wipe him off the scoreboard. I hope this puts to bed that crazy stuff you had going about Leland Monroe. What were you thinking, Phelps? Be calling Richard Nixon a crook next.
Ngakak gue. Nixon itu kayaknya presiden deh. Seingat gue itu nama presiden, guys. Jadi si Phelps ini gila, teman-teman ya. Dia itu jujur dalam pekerjaan, tapi tidak jujur dalam rumah tangga. Nah.
A letter from Lou.
Oke.
His insurance policy named me beneficiary.
Oke. Dia dapat asuransi ya.
You worked for Elysian?
The roof that he was working on collapsed.
Oh. Dia dapat duit gratisan, teman-teman ya.
I'd like you to do something for me. I think there's something dirty about Elysian Fields.
What has that got to do with Lou?
I want you to reject this settlement. I want you to go and see an investigator named Jack Kelso and ask him to make some inquiries about Lou's case.
Isn't this police work?
Do you want to find out what happened to Lou?
Why would he help this Kelso?
Jack, Won't be able to help himself if he smells a rat.
He's a friend of yours?
He hates my guts. Elsa,
Okay.
you take this money and let them get away with it, or we could get Jack's help and do something about it.
Why not be honest with this man, Cole? He deserves your honesty if you want his help.
Believe me, Elsa, I'd like to level with him. I really would, but it's too late. Years too late.
Oke, dia mau minta bantuan dari Jack Kelso. Tapi karena dia udah pernah nangkep dia gitu kan. Oke, nice teman-teman, nice. Chapman takes his motive and any possible ties to Monroe and Elysian Field to the grave. Oke. Jadi si Cole masih curiga dengan Elysian Fields teman-teman ya. Tapi kita nggak bisa nangkap karena bos besar semua pelakunya. Oke. Jadi episode kali ini agak singkat. Semoga kalian terhibur ya, tetap ya. Dan semoga kita bisa mengungkap kasus ini sama seperti kasus serial killer yang super besar itu teman-teman ya. Jangan sampai seperti kasus Vice yang dimana kita malah dikambing hitamkan ya, untuk menutupi kebusukan dari atasan-atasannya si Cole. Oke, Cole itu memang kurang ajar ya, atau brengsek di dunia rumah tangga. Tapi di pekerjaan kita harus mengakui dia itu profesional ya. Sampai jumpa lagi di video berikutnya. Dadah!